Hello guys, Shockwave came back here once again. It's our top video. The conclusion of Jack versus Nomi no Sukune, the conclusion seemingly of the sumo art, the conclusion of Nomi no Sukune as a character. Overall, my video about there's no point of reading Baki 2021 still stands. Pretty much. I've never been more disappointed in a fight. No, I have. And somebody say, why? We get to see Jack fight Nomi. He won. We should be celebrating. No, we shouldn't. The whole way of biting thing, the Gado, is stupid. And you know why it's stupid? Because Jack was already he's doing a maximum tournament. But I show the footage, but you see the manga panels, he was already biting people without them noticing. He was already taking out chunks of flesh. He did it against Shibukawa, that judo guy. He's done this against multiple people. Besides from getting X-ray vision, he hasn't really obtained anything. Like this, what has he done? What has changed? Seriously, I want to know. I want to know what type of upgrades he supposedly got now. Because everything he did against Nomi was the exact same thing we've already seen before. Besides from X-ray vision, it would have made more sense of why you call him a cyborg boxer if he would have bitten the Nomi no Sukune's skull, but he didn't. So, he beats Nomi, which, like I said before, whether he win or lose, it makes no difference. The story still goes in the same direction either way. And somebody said, what do you mean? The story's going nowhere. That's what I mean. It's still going nowhere. Nothing is being achieved. Nothing is being obtained. So it's just like, if Jack loses, nothing changed. We just get the continuation of Nomi. If Jack wins, nothing changed. Then like Jack wins and he calls out everybody from Otobi to Gaia. What was the point of calling them all out if you're stronger than most of the people there? Besides from Kazumi, I'm not like you're not gonna get nothing new out of Doppo. Doppo's been doing the exact same thing for the last 30 years the series has been out. What is Doppo gonna do? Seriously, but Doppo's please, the power levels in the maximum tournament in my opinion still stand. Still stand, nothing changed. Hamiyama is still top tier. Not that far behind Kazumi. Kazumi is still, I don't know, it's unsure Kazumi. Kazumi was proven to be stronger than Ritsukayo, he said it himself. But Ritsukayo beat him in raw technique, so I can't really rate Kazumi, even currently, because it's just, what do I have in the matchup against him? He did know better than most people against Pickle. And if he would have been able to pull off the mock punch without breaking his arm and foot, he just would have ended up just like Baki and still losing. So, Kazuma's always been an odd one to rank. Cause like he's over Hariyama. He's over guys like Shibukawa and other guys like that. But besides from that, it's very hard to rate Kazumi compared to everybody else. He's not nowhere close to being garbage. He's not trash. But overall, the conclusion of this whole fight, just like, I don't really care if it goes into a new arc or not. There's nothing it get. Like I'm not like there's nothing to watch here. It's the like what is there to be excited for? We have Yujiro, which I don't see how people don't find a frown with, over here blowing men's cheeks out because of reasons that is yet to be explained of why he blow men's cheeks out. Jack has caught the cyborg boxer for exactly no reason. Somebody say, what about the teeth? He had his teeth replaced how many times now? And now he gets caught cyborg boxer. He didn't get caught cyborg fighter. He wasn't caught cyborg after he got the linesthemic surgery. He's just now, because he got titanium in his mouth. That's not titanium. Yeah, I think he had titanium in his mouth. It's supposed to be something amazing. Really? I'm not impressed. Not impressed at all. So let's just say it is like a whole arc. Jack gonna beat a few people, and he's gonna fight Baki. He's gonna end in a draw, and there's low chances of him beating Baki. That's literally it. That's literally it. If Nomi no Sukune is done as a character, then what the hell is Ancient Sumo? We barely got a chance to see what Ancient Sumo was, period. So what was the point? Oh, he was able to hit, gouge out eyes and everything. Nomi no Sukune didn't do none of that. So what was he talking about? What was he looking down on Yokozuna when he's pretty much a normal sumo wrestler? More or less. but he can grab into somebody's skin. That gimmick became old after the third time he did it. Besides from that, there's nothing else to him. I've already made a video about how he's born. That's pretty much it. Any potential that could have made him to a better character, they're more or less ruining. Into a better character. I don't think Nomi was a bad character at the beginning. I personally didn't. But it's just over time, like nothing happened with him, and nothing happened with him, and nothing happened with him, and nothing happened with him. And it's just the exact same thing. Everybody knew that he never was going to beat Yujiro. Everybody knew that for a fact, that was never going to happen. So it's just like what do I get out of this? Entertainment? I'm supposed to enjoy watching this or something? It's like there's no point of reading something if there's no point of reading it. Like there's like, besides from like maybe a Yujiro clone, on which even to me that's not even interesting, to be honest, because he won't be relative to the current day strong Yujiro, so it's just, it won't mean anything. So it's just, what difference would that make? It would just be, all right then, guys. I guess we have a strong opponent now. Aside from like Baki getting a cheap way to win against Yujiro, like there's no real point of that anymore. And then you got people saying, "Oh, aliens could show up." They used aliens as an actual reference. What are you talking about? Aliens will actually show up? Have you lost your mind? That's like, what series have you been reading? Oh, but we had cavemen. Even that Itagaki tried to make it somewhat realistic. It's just the insanity of Baki, not to a certain degree. After you see it for like a few years, it's nothing. It is what it is. But overall, there's nothing to read this stuff for. There's literally nothing. We had an entire fight where nothing was achieved. The fight should have been over like a few chapters earlier. Like, it's the exact same thing what happened with Mishiba in his fight. Why did it last so long? And the Takamura fight. Why did it last so long? Why did we have to get this whole, well, Nomi's getting back up? What did that prove? That he can take a beating? That he can bleed out like everybody else? Like, he pretty much lost to Jack the way Baki should have originally in a maximum tournament, by bleeding out. That's pretty much it. So he's already bit people before, without them noticing it. He's already improving with Jack's normal teeth. He can break through coconuts, so that's not impressive. So it's just like, Jack goes back to biting again, and somehow this is a brand new Jack. This is the same Jack we've had since he showed up. Like, nothing's changed. So it's just, I got all excited for nothing, pretty much. This whole way of biting is literally just a fabrication. It's not real. It's a delusion. It was never a reflection of reality. It was a delusional fantasy. All along, Mr. Wayne, you tried your best, and this is the best you could do. Because I am the League of Shadows. Bang. But overall, yeah, that's more or less the video. Just the conclusion to Jack vs. Nomi no Sukune. There's no real point of reading this stuff no more. Like seriously, like, the story is literally burning rubber. It's, at this point, it's not even about Baki anymore. So it's just, it's and then, like, it's not even about Nomi no Sukune. So it's just, like who is this for? Like, what's the point? And what if it switched over to Jack being the main character? I won't even care. It's just, because what would that conclude to? Jack not coming up short, unless he's gonna fight Yujiro, in which there's no way he's beating Yujiro before Baki does. On which, well, he could, Itagaki could always change. Just because something could doesn't mean it would. We could evolve to fly tomorrow. Doesn't mean it's going to. So it's just, there's a lot of series I just don't care about reading anymore. There's a lot of them, and it's just, Baki is one of them. I no longer care to read for Baki anymore. I'm just gonna watch the new season with Pickle, and hopefully they'll finally animate Baki versus Yujiro, on which, of course, I still question how they dragged the biscuit art that long. It wasn't bad. It was well animated, but it's just, Like this entire thing is read much better, just back to back. Man, if they drag it out, they drag it out. Hopefully they pull out they did the with Baki and the Death Row Prisons, the timer arc, and just fuse the Picker arc into the Retsu Kaiyo arc into the final arc of the series. And then somebody said, well, what about the Baki content? You have Doporopi Gaiden, you have the Retsu Kaiyo manga, you have Hayami, you have Baki Do, what's going on right now. You have material if you want to keep going. You honestly do. Or you can do that whole series that Ichigaki helped draw called like Gaiden or something. So it's just like, it's not like Netflix is just like, we're just dying for ideas. We need that money. So that's what it is. But overall, that's been my thoughts and opinions about the whole fight between Jack and no Sukune. It just reiterates one single point. There's no point of reading Baki anymore. So it's just, hoping you guys hear your thoughts and opinions. Like, comment, subscribe, and peace.